Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Shamrock Valley. Things are continuing apace, as they say. We did get about 135,000 liters of grass into our clamp from that sort of crescent-shaped field behind the dairy. So that's not bad. I mean, it's unfertilized. It's meadow grass rather than crop grass, so we can't fertilize it, and it was only first growth stage. But we did get it in here. Now, I got it toward the back wall. But this bunker is so big, and 135,000 liters is, at least in this bunker, not a ton of volume. So I would push it all back up against here, and then as I got on top of it to compress it, to compact it, it would spread down here. And I never could. I was chasing the dragon. I never could really get on top of it, so to speak. So it's, I made the effort. A for effort. So that is about half done. That will be done soon. We're not going to get a lot of money for it, honestly. We're only getting 50 euro per 1,000 liters of silage down at the BGA that we own. We will get digestate for it, though. So that will be less that we have to buy as far as fertilizer. So let me get our info back on. We have 52,000 euro. We're doing okay. We are, but we need a little bit of that mean green. I want to really get in the habit on this small farm of thinking about, what would be a reasonable profit on a small farm. What kind of money would a farmer be happy making? And what kind of money would I be happy making? I think if we could clear between 50 and 100,000 euro annually profit, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy to make 100,000 euro a year. So that changes things a little bit, because in Farm Sim, we want to make hundreds of thousands. We want to make millions so we can buy property, so we can buy equipment, right? But it's a small farm, and if we're playing realistically, we can't just play realistically with regards to horsepower and the width of equipment that we're hauling on small roads and that sort of thing. Maybe we can be realistic about finances as well. It's certainly going to slow things down, and I hope it doesn't slow things down to the point where it's no fun. But yeah, I think I need to adjust my mind. So there is our Chieftain Trail. We're going to pick that up. We're actually going to sell some wool today. I have been gathering it up and quickly hauling it up the highway and putting it in. In fact, I'll show you. Been putting it in this little shed right over here. But we're sort of, where is it? Right there? Yeah, right back there. But the problem with that is I've been doing it on the sly with the Bobcat. Just hustling down the road in the Bobcat, grabbing a single pallet of wool and bringing it back up here. That's not really, every now and then I think you can take the Bobcat out on the highway, but you wouldn't want to get in the habit of doing that a couple times a day as I have been. That's not cool. So we will do this properly. We'll go down there and pick up a full, well, it won't be a full trailer load, but the spawn area is full right now. It has 4 pallets. So get this. Creep it. There we go. That hooked up. All right, the block of wood disappears. Beautiful. So what else is going on? Oh, I am running Reshade and Sweet FX, and it's the, is it the JBX? Is it the JXB? There is a set of presets for Reshade and Sweet FX by a person, and well, let's get this stopped. Right about here. Set the brake. I'm going to close this door. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just a door and gate closer. I try to be. So I can show it to you. I can show it to you right now. So this is with Reshade and Sweet FX. All right. And that is without. That's with, and that's without. I mean, I like it, but I feel like I'm sort of in a loop right now. Seasons brings in its own shaders. This map, Shamrock, has its own custom lighting and shaders, and then I'm running shaders on top of that. So at a certain point, I don't necessarily know what I'm looking at. I mean, the fact that I can turn that on and off tells me that I'm at least looking at Reshade and SweetFX. But I don't know if it is overwriting the other shaders or if it's running on top of them. We're okay on frame rate, so no problem there. And I do like the way it looks, but I don't know if it's looking as good as it can look. Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, I like it. I do. But, you know, another problem, and I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know if FS19 supports 4K. I would think that it does. It was released in the fall of 2018. I would think that it does support 4K. But whether it does or not, I'm not on a 4K monitor, so I'm not trying to push out to 4K. I'm curious if some of these problems, see, that's I guess the other thing is, you know, when I'm talking about shaders and how things look, ultimately there is no objective performance standard. I mean, on the FPS side, yes, we can see that. That's a number. But as far as lighting and what looks good and what you like, that's entirely up to you. So I don't know necessarily that what I'm seeing on my monitor is how good Reshade and the custom lighting for this map and the custom lighting for seasons and various other things. I don't know if what I'm able to see on my monitor is how some of these things can look. So it's a bit, you know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of voodoo to it. Not a ton, but a little bit. But regardless, we're doing okay. And I'm really happy with the way this looks. Now, I did go in manually and turn on depth of field and cloud effects. I believe some of those things can be disabled by the map maker, and it will take a little load off your GPU and CPU. Can I get on the other side? Yeah, close enough. Close enough. So, set the brake. Engine is off. Let's load up. Do we want to put these down? I don't think we have to. I think we can leave those up for the moment. So yes, map makers will disable some of those things, and I re-enabled them. Now, the first time I turned depth of field back on, I got sort of a slew of messages. There were probably 3 or 4 different confirmations, I guess, of various types. And when I went back in before I started recording today, I just wanted to confirm. I didn't know if I had to turn depth of field back on every time I played or every time I recorded, or if it was a one and done. In other words, the map maker concentrating. In other words, the map maker disabled depth of field if they did, and I'm told that they did, but I don't know that. So if I'm wrong, yeah, I think okay. So the map maker turns off depth of field. When I turn it back on, I don't know if that's permanent. In other words, the map maker did something that caused an edit in the XML, and now I've gone back in and said, no, do this in the XML, right? And it's done, or if I have to, or if I have to do that every time. So the second time, I hope this is making sense. I hope it is. So the second time I turned on depth of field, I didn't get any of those messages. And what that makes me think is that the depth of field is permanently back on now. That it was off, now it's on. So things like that. Now, if this will just slide off the pallet forks. We can just get it right in that spot. I think, let's try this. If we come over here, this is such a frustrating part of this game for me. Oh my goodness. If we come over here, and we do that, yeah, that's not going to do it because it's not up over the top. I believe the pallet is now, the wool pallet sort of belongs to the pallet forks. rather than the trailer. Yeah, this is the most frustrating part of this game for me, I swear. Pallets and bales. Can you take it? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a start. So we're going to set the brake. Quickly, come over here. Yeah, there we go. And now that pallet belongs to the trailer. Okay, cool. Right. And that's all right, because now we can go to the other side and put the one on the other side sort of pressing up against that one, and it makes it a little bit easier. What was I talking about? Depth of field. Yeah, depth of field is on. Cloud effects are on. I know those were from early days of FS19. Those were things that people recommended turning off for a little performance boost. We have those back on. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with the way the game looks right now. But at the same time, I don't know if what I'm seeing is how good it can look. Make sense? Yeah, as happy as I am, I think I could be even happier. But we'll figure that out in time. So this, that's right here. Like so. A little suspension of disbelief here. We're going to just kind of go right through that strap. Like so. All right. Oh, beautiful. All right, set brake. Quickly hop out. I say quickly, I got in the habit of doing this because with bales, particularly, I feel like I'm caught on my own pallet forks. There we go. With bales in particular, it's like you get this very brief window where you can, you know what I mean, get out and get your bales strapped down before they start jittering all over the place and eventually working themselves free of the trailer. You know, for one of the, I guess the core activities in this game, I would think driving and moving implements and equipment would be the number one. I mean, that's what you do most in Farm Sim, is you drive equipment around. Fair enough. But number two, I think, would be loading up pallets and bales. And it has always sort of confused and amazed me that the pallet and bale physics have not been sorted out. I am thinking maybe this is the state of the game right now. This is the best that they can do. And I'm not being an ass when I say that. Like, maybe it's a really difficult thing to do. I don't know. But I know it's a really, for me, it's always been a very frustrating part of the game. And, you know, I see people do it, I guess, more easily. And so I'm more than happy to admit, you know, pilot error on my part. But also, perfect. I'm also aware of the fact that this is a frustration that a lot of other people have. So maybe there could be, you know, a dummy mode for those of us that do struggle with it. I feel like that would, I don't know, contribute to the overall flow of the game, at least for me. But in the meantime, we get it done. And there is auto load. There's not auto load on this trailer, and I did that deliberately. I guess I'm going to load this one from the back, but I don't have to pick it up from the back. I did that deliberately. I did want to, I wanted to use these 4D modding trailers on all of our UK and Irish maps, and they don't have auto load. So if you want to go with 4D, you got to load up manually. Not the end of the world. Hope I don't sound like I'm whining. That's not my intent at all. Right, so we get this one on there. I guess, I mean, how are we doing on time? We're at 14 minutes. You know what? If it was anything other than loading pallets, I would say let's go up to the shed and get 2 more and fill this trailer. But we would need to make 2 trips because we'd have to get the Bobcat up there as well. Beautiful. That did not go as badly as it could have. I'm going to park this way over here. For some reason, the skid steers seem to interfere with wool pallets spawning. I don't know why. I've seen it on several maps, and I remember it particularly on Oakfield. If you had anything sort of remotely near the wool pallet spawn, they would not spawn. So we'll go ahead and park that far away. We'll get another strap on here, like so. Yeah, let's do this one. I don't like when the straps are out in space like that. We'll reapply that one. We'll go here, and I think on this map, there are multiple places to sell wool, or is there only one? Let's find out. Wool. Tap. Oh, okay, only one. At the spinnery. And where is that? I want to say it's down here. Spinnery. All the way, yeah, all the way down at the bottom. Okay, no problem. So we're going to go, let's see, out to the right, and then a left, and all the way down. Okay. Start the engine. There we go. Now, we can do, well, let me tell you something. When I first started playing this game, I was playing on an HP Pavilion with, it really didn't have a graphics card to speak of. And if I wanted any kind of decent frame rate, this was how I had to, you know what I mean? Are you familiar with the struggle? This was about all I could do. And eventually I, back here, and now on this system, we can have any view we want. And that may sound like a small thing, but it's kind of a big deal to me, because this is, as far as gaming, this is definitely at the top of my list along with the truck sims. So the reason I mention that is, even though we are loading off SSD, when we go in cab, I still get a freeze. So what I want to do is pull up here, get this gate closed, and then we can drive down to the spinnery in cab, clip through the tree. But I want to show you that freeze. It's kind of odd, and I think it may be because we're loading high-res textures, but we'll see. All right, so we go over here, and in here we go in cab. No, it's going to behave this time. All right, I'll take it. Brake is off. We are going to make a right down the hill here. Traffic is good. Traffic is good. Here we go. Yeah, I could not do this for the first... well, I couldn't do it at all in 15. I couldn't do it when I first started playing 17. And it was toward the end of 17 and then 19 before I could actually control the vehicle in cab. And so, yeah, it does, I'm an introspective cat. I think about things. And so it has been definitely a journey through Farm Sim, from coming back into gaming and just beginning to explore it to where I am now with the technology that I feel very lucky to have, and those other things. I was trying to swing it a little wide to accommodate traffic, and I dipped a tire. Right. So, yeah, you know what I'm getting at. Life, man. Life is always happening. It's always, you're always part of the process, whether you intend to be or not. Time is always moving forward. So it's fun for me to look back and sort of think where I was and where I am. All right. Hey, I just saw your buddy a minute ago. So we're gonna make this left. All right. Pillar is in the way. There we go. Up through here. Right through here. All right. I think I remember approximately, vaguely, where the spinnery is. We did a kind of a trip around the map first episode, and I think I remember where it is. We'll find out momentarily. What are we doing on time? 20 minutes. I think we're going to be okay. I'll do it off camera, but as I'm driving around this map, I keep wanting to like flick reshade on and off to compare. I think I need to go to various places on the map and do that when I'm not recording. Okay, concentrating through the traffic circle. Like so. And it's right down here somewhere. That's the animal market. To the right. Yeah, you seen these little freezes? I don't know what you can do. I mean, we got plenty of RAM. We're loading off SSD. I don't know what you can do. I mean, I've got Windows updates turned off. Nothing's happening there. I've got NVIDIA driver updates set to manual. I think it's just some of these maps and games, the way that they load. It's not the end of the world. It's not super cool, but it's not the end of the world. Right. Carefully go through town. It's a little tight down through here. Yeah, there's some big fields on this map, but when I get into an area like this, I feel like we really can't go with very big equipment. All right. Right through here. And our turn is here. Yep. Yeah, because, well, it has to be, because that's the edge of the world right there. And, now what do we got going on here? Oh dear. Set the brake. Turn the hazards on. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do a little, speed up time a little bit. And see what time this gate opens. Do they open at 7? Do they open at 8? Do they open at 9? They don't open at 7. Alright. Interesting. I just noticed we've got a wet crop icon up above, but it didn't rain yesterday. I wonder if that's indicating dew. You know? Morning dew on the grass. That would be... Oh my goodness. So, wow. I'm also seeing no more places to spawn wool pallets. So, I saw that warning yesterday. I went through the night so we could load up 4 today. But I guess there were 4 more already teed up. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, let's look for... Let's hop out the tractor. Oh my goodness. You know, I play so many Sims, I mix up my key commands a lot. I wonder if it's just right back there. I bet it is. Turn the hazards off. I just realized we left those on. Let me do something first. I'm going to hop out here. Right there. Just to get a look at this thing all loaded up. Perfect. We'll go right in there. And I think we're just going to back it in. Let's see what happens. So, there we go. How'd we do? 3,000, 4 pallets, so about $7.50 a pallet. Okay, I mean, it's not great, but money's money, you know? And we're transitioning over to think of a smaller personal economy on a smaller map like this. Yeah, fair enough. So let's set the brake. We're going to hop out here, come over here, in the sun. There you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Shamrock Valley with Seasons, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.